there, Team V. How's it going? Welcome back to some phonics. So today we are going to talk about a vowel sound. Do you remember the vowels? You do? Okay, can you tell them to me? I'm listening. Some of you got all of them. Way to go, I'm so proud of you. So the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. That's 5. Now sometimes Y acts as a vowel too, so we include it in there sometimes. We are talking about the vowel sound O. Now I bet you can guess what letter makes the O sound. Of course, you think that O makes the O sound, but as I'm peeking in here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to make the O sound. Bet you didn't know that one. Haha, O jokes. So let's take a look at how to make the O sound. Okay, friends, get it? Okay, haha, O joke. Let's take a look here. So if you can see, the O is represented by an OA at the top. That's one of the ways to make the O sound. So here's one way to remember that. If you have 2 vowels together, the first one is the one you hear, like in boat. So this is not b, o, at. This is not a b, o, at. This is a boat. And I remember that by saying, when 2 vowels go a walkin', the first one does the talking. So whenever I see 2 vowels together, I know that the first one says its name, like in the word boat. B-O-T, boat. So that is one way to make the O sound. Here is another way, looking up here. This is a wheelbarrow. And if you look at the end of wheelbarrow, you can see it is a O-W. O-W is another way to make the O sound. And here is another very, very common way to make the O sound, like in the word rose. So in this case, it is the magic E that is making the O say its name. So those are 2 ways for the O to say its name. The 2 vowels go a walkin', the first one does a talkin'. That's a general rule. You can remember that one. The second one is the magic E. When you have a vowel, a consonant, that is a letter that is not a vowel, and then an E at the end of a word, the E jumps over the consonant and tickle, tickle, tickles the vowel. And the vowel laughs so hard, it says its name. In this case, it is the O that says its name. In rose, R-O-S. Now, this word is not pronounced R-O-S. This is not a R-O-S. This is a rose. Now, here's another way for O to say O. Just an O on its own, like in radio. And here's another case of 2 vowels together. In this case, it is an O-E. So when 2 vowels go a walkin', the first one does the talkin'. T-O-S. These are not t-o-s. Look at all my toes. No, 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 Miss V. These are toes. Okay, that's a lot of ways to say the O sound. Let's take a look at some of them on this page to get a better understanding. Now, my friends, This is probably not what a telephone looks like at your house, but this is a telephone. So the word phone has a lot of things going on. If I just to cover this up, the PH actually makes an F sound. And this, in this case, the O says O because of the magic E. So if you see here, the E jumps over and tickles the O and makes it say its name. Here is another case of the same thing in the word notebook. So if I were to cover up book, the word note is not pronounced n-ot, not book. No, this is a notebook. Notebook, and again, it's a magic E in the word note. Here we have a robot. This robot is not a robot, it's a robot, and that is made just by one O. Moving down here, we have a pine cone. Look, it's another magic E, pine cone. In fact, pine cone has two magic E's, one in the word pine to make the I say its name, and one in the word cone to make the O say its name, pine cone. These are roller skates. And here is a yo-yo. In these two cases, it is just a single O. Just like in the word rhino. Rhino. Moving over here, we have a yellow raincoat. So there's two different things going on here in yellow raincoat. Yellow is Y-E-L-L-O-W. So the O is made by the O-W. And the O in coat is made by two vowels go a walkin', the first one does a talkin'. So it's an O-A in raincoat. Wow, look at this word. That is an oboe. That is an instrument called an oboe. I know it very well because my brother played it for years and years. An oboe, it makes a really cool kind of high-pitched sound. So an oboe, there are two things going on. There are two rules. There's just a single O at the beginning and an O-E at the end. And the O-E, remember, two vowels go a walkin', the first one does the talkin'. Here we have a domino, a single O, and a foal, baby horse. Let's take a look here at this passage. Cold winds will slowly blow snow over most of the country. This low is no joke, so don't go out without coats, folks. Wow, there are so many ways to make the O sound. Remember, if you forget or you need help, just ask an adult, or you can look in a book. That's always a good choice. If you can't find it in a book, you can always look it up on the internet and see if that works for you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Phonics, my friends. And I hope that explains a little bit more about how to make the O sound. Let's do our handshake. Up, down, wiggle, wiggle, pop. Love you guys. Bye, friends.